In the beginning of the coronavirus, we weren't quite sure what we were dealing with, but we were pretty sure that it was going to be serious. We also take sailing seriously, but most importantly, whether we're offshore, inshore, high performance, or match racing, we want to make sure that our supporters and our community and our trainees are safe. So we were ahead of the game in trying to develop something that was going to be useful and safe and provide the performance that you would expect as an athlete training for the Olympics, the America's Cup, or around the world. We just started collecting different information and different bits and doing our own in-house testing. So like these right here are just simple tests. And they're masks, they're used to stop spit, basically. We have our friend Hayden Goodrick who comes here. He has these trio masks, which are quite cool. And I would use these, we found out, with a filter in them when we were around a situation where there's a lot of people that didn't have good mask etiquette. But we realized that none of these were very effective for on the water when you're in a full-on tacking duel or you want performance. So we started going down and doing research at different fabric mills, and we found some fabric. Francis and I literally breathed through 40 different fabrics until we found the ones that we wanted. So when we did the testing of this, we did a really simple test. We had the lighter, and if you have the lighter at 6 feet, you can blow it out really easily without a mask. When you put this on one layer, it's hard to blow it out in anywhere close to 3 feet, so between 2 and 3 feet. If you double over the layer, you can't blow it out closer. The furthest we could blow it out was 18 inches. So it actually does protect the people around you, what the masks are designed to do, and it protects you as well for the incoming spit.
When we finally finished the R&D and finalized the design of our performance party face covering, we encountered two problems. The first was that the supply chain was all backed up and we weren't even looking at getting a prototype in, a sample to test to go into actual production for at least 6 weeks, some of them 8 or 10 weeks. Another problem we faced was that almost every manufacturer was outsourcing either the labor or the materials overseas, and we really wanted to support our local economy and do this thing 100% American made. When we decided to bring production in-house, we sourced fabric locally at a warehouse in New Jersey. We tested almost 40 different fabrics to find one that met our criteria. Originally, we were looking for tube fabric because that makes production easy. You get the right diameter tube and then you just cut it, and then all you have to do at that point is brand it and install the grommet. When we realized how difficult that was to find, we considered other options where we cut it to the right diameter and then sew it, and production-wise it actually hasn't taken us that much longer. The production process starts by cutting a 21-inch wide by 60-inch strip of material. We sew the 21-inch edge together and cut it into 3, so we have a performance party face covering that's loose enough that you can comfortably put it on, but it's tight enough that it stays on your face, and it's 20 inches long, so you can pull it up for sun protection on your neck to be worn while sailing, but it can also be used just as a neck gaiter. It's got cooling properties, UV resistance, and it's also antimicrobial. So this isn't just used for protecting when you're in public or when you're having a drink socially. This is also something athletes can use, and that was one of the hardest things in our R&D process, to find a material that was breathable but still prevents the transmission of the disease by catching spit. The next step of the production process after cutting and sewing is to get it branded. On the logo, there's an extra blue patch where we use to install the grommet, and the heat seal material itself helps to reinforce the grommet's contact with the fabric material. We call it the performance party face covering because you get performance in the front, full face protection, and then the party is in the back. You turn around the buff to reveal the grommet when you want it. So right now, I have full face protection. The grommet is in the back where it's not compromising the function of the cover. But when I want to have a drink, I rotate it around. I have the grommet here. And that way I can have a drink in public without totally giving up safety. I have some coverage here. If I want to go back to the fully protected mode, I just rotate it around and bring it right up. In the meantime, the buff sits around my neck. I forget it's even there. I don't have to remember to take it out of my pocket. I don't have to hang it around my ears uncomfortably. Much easier to not forget your buff when it's always kind of here. It's so light and cool and moisture wicking that it doesn't really make me hot in the summer.